Hi, my name is Diana Walker and I work for the University of Nevada, Reno Extension, and I am involved with the 4-H program. And 4-H is youth programming throughout all of Clark County, and I work specifically in Northeast Clark County. And today, my daughter,
Dempsey Walker,
and I are going to be making homemade tortillas. So a couple things, when we started into the COVID-19 stuff, I noticed that sometimes the shelves were bare of tortillas. There weren't tortillas, and so I thought, well, that's something that we can make that I made when I was a kid, and it would be a fun thing to teach my kids right now where we have a little bit more time. You need minimal ingredients. It's flour, oil, baking powder, salt, and some hot water. And we actually have some water boiling. It should be just about right. We're gonna start out with 6 cups. Dems helps me to measure this out. 6 cups of
flour.
6 cups of flour. So I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. You can kind of see that. See that okay? So 6 cups of flour. And to that, we are going to add the salt. I'm gonna add that salt in, Dumps. And baking powder. There's a little bit left in here. Get every bit of it out, because remember, this is chemistry. When you're in the kitchen, this is chemistry. Baking soda, baking powder, and we need some oil. That's okay. Use your oil. Okay, you want to hold that for me? We're gonna do 2/3 a cup of oil. And kind of, yeah, very good. And then our directions, it says plus 2 tablespoons. So I'm just gonna do 2 tablespoons.
I feel like I'm at Cafe Rio.
You are, it's just like Cafe Rio. No, it's our home Cafe Rio. All right, put this away. Okay, we're gonna mix that a little bit. You wanna go ahead and mix that for me? Okay. Keep working it. What you want it to look like is moon sand. If you've seen those commercials where there's moon sand, you kind of want it to look like moon sand. So just keep on working that. And once we get it to kind of where we want it, we're going to pour some boiling water in.
And be very careful.
And we're going to be very, very careful. That's right. You can use a whisk for this. You could use a couple of butter knives. That'll work too. You have a little dough hook. You can do this in your KitchenAid stand mixer, but not everybody has one of those, so that's why I was doing it in this bowl. Oftentimes, you're doing a great job, sis. Oftentimes, recipes for homemade tortillas ask for lard or shortening. Those are good recipes. If you have lard and shortening, then you use it. This is just what I had, and so I'm just doing it with what we have. Especially during COVID-19, you just use the ingredients that you have on hand. So, okay, that's looking pretty crisp. Can I borrow it really quick? Okay. Hey, you did a pretty good job here. Let's kind of look at that consistency a little bit more. Whoops. Ready to add hot water into this. Let's see if I can kind of show what that's gonna look like. We have boiling water over here on the stove.
Right there?
Right there. We're going to add it just in like 1/2 cup increments, all the way up to 2 1/4 cups. So let me take this off the heat. Debs, you go ahead and still stir that for me.
Be very, very careful with Gordon. Because it is boiling.
Okay, so I'm gonna start adding some hot water. And the hot water is kind of it's a tip that, kind of a pro tip. Because what this will do,
making Play-Doh.
It's a lot like making Play-Doh, but we're going to eat it, so that's good. Kids know how to make Play-Doh, they might as well make tortillas. So there's 2 cups, and we'll do another 1/4 cup. I'm going to hold back this 1/4 cup because we're looking for a good consistency. Let me see really quick, sis. Because sometimes you don't need as much flour, sometimes you need more, and so we kind of hold this back a little bit.
You should wash your hands before you do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's put this up just a little bit. Okay. This is a little dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more boiling water.
Don't add too much.
And the boiling water is going to give it a nice smoothness. Okay?
Kind of like Play-Doh right now.
It's still pretty hot.
Smells good.
Does it smell good? Let's lift this up just a little bit. Okay. Okay, we want it to be kind of saddening. All right, now it's still a little warm. I'm gonna knead it with my hands a little bit.
And we did wash our hands before doing this.
Yes, we did.
So that we don't get germs in it.
Okay. See, can they see that? Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna start kind of working this into an actual dough.
Kind of like bread,
Kind of like bread.
but not
And it's
as
gonna be a
thick.
nice satiny kind of consistency. That's still pretty hot. I'm cutting my eyes off, but that's okay. I would rather you guys see this.
Guys or girls.
Or girls. All right, anybody that's watching. I'm hoping kids. This would be a great thing for you to make for your mom or your dad.
Mother's Day.
For Mother's Day. I think by the time this airs, it'll be past Mother's Day. So you can see my dough is starting to come together.
Kind of like tortilla.
It's nice and smooth. And you want to knead it like this for about 5 minutes. So do you want to give us, click that off and we'll knead it for 5 minutes. Okay, so now we have kind of our little balls of dough, and we're going to actually shape them into a little ball. So you're going to take a piece of dough off and kind of roll it up a little bit smaller than the palm of your hand. And you have a smaller palm, so you might want to go a little bit bigger than the palm of your hand. And we're going to take these balls of dough, put them back into our bowl, using the same bowl, just so we don't make more dirty bowls. We're going to do that with all of them, and then let this rest. We let the dough balls rest. And let's see, how long do we need to let those rest? Let's look really quickly. It's like 15 to 20 minutes usually. We get questions all the time at the extension. Do I have to let the dough rest? You know, whether you're making bread or tortillas. What do you think the answer to that is?
Yes.
Yes, you have to let the dough rest.
Or else it won't turn out.
These recipes are made by people who understand the chemistry of the dough. The reason we let the, let's see, my battery thing. The reason we let the dough rest is because it kind of relaxes the gluten. It rests it and kind of lets it do what it needs to do.
And kind of like go all like funky.
Yeah, it'll go all funky if we don't. So we're gonna keep rolling those into balls. We're putting them in here, and then we'll let the dough rest. We'll come back and we'll roll them out. We'll cook them. Go ahead. We are back. We're ready to roll out our little balls of dough. Let me show you what they look like. Let's see, here they are. I had a wet paper towel kind of on top of them. They're not gonna raise. You'll notice I didn't put any yeast in there, so it's not like a regular bread recipe where it's gonna double in size or anything. All right, hop down. And I've gone ahead and turned on my griddle. I've actually got one going on there, a little tuner one that we had. But I've got my griddle. You can do it on a pan that you have. I know people that cook them right on the, the stove, like where the flame comes out. That's a good way to do it too. So we are gonna show how to roll these out really quickly. So
we're going to use a pipe.
Yeah, so if you only have, one and you want your kids to use it, there's a lady that I know named Gina Mortensen out there, Gina Mortensen, who taught me a trick. She said when she was a kid, they had a lady that helped their family, and she would give everybody a piece of PVC pipe and have them roll their tortillas. They would line up, and all the kids would roll their tortillas. And so obviously wash this really good, but it works just fine. So start rolling, sister. You want to put a little bit, not a ton of flour, just a little bit on there. And I'll start rolling one right here. All right. So, nope, you're good. Let's leave it. We're gonna cook one. I'm gonna go flip this one actually.
Make sure to flip them as you go.
Ooh, that's looking good. So you want to roll from the inside out, obviously, and turn.
Chick-fil-A.
You're trying to get a nice circle. The ladies, the Hispanic ladies in the Mexican restaurants, they make works of art. I feel like their tortillas are beautiful.
Chick-fil-A. I mean,
No, not Chick-fil-A.
Not Chick-fil-A. Cafe Rail.
Yeah, they're really good. But they make just works of art. You want them to get as thin as you possibly can. I know sometimes when you're working with kids, you might get a long one. Like, that's okay. Kind of roll this direction a little bit if you need to. Because, you know, when you're working with
Do they
kids,
have to be circles?
you're trying for a circle. They won't all be perfectly good circles, but we're trying.
I think this one's right.
Okay, so when you've got it as thin as you can get it, let's see, when you've got it as thin as you can get it, we'll go put it on the griddle. Still working? Okay, so go ahead and set it on the hot griddle over here. And let's bring this over, shall we? I'm kind of plugged in everywhere. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I've got my hot griddle going. You'll see it's bubbling just like the ones that you buy. Mine's a little thicker. Deb's did a better job of getting some thinness going, so that was really good. Let's see. And we'll kind of let that cook for a little while, and then we'll flip it. Okay. You can use tongs, or I'm a mom, so my hands are made of asbestos. Look at those yummy steam bubbles. And Demps is still rolling. It's kind of.
Ooh, it looks like a circle finally. It looks like a cookie.
Yes.
Ooh, there's bubbles.
It's pretty hot. Give him a flip. Now, how do you eat homemade tortillas?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna move this back. Watch out, sister. Okay. So homemade tortillas are great because you can kind of eat them anyway.
Like a burrito.
Like a burrito, you could make quesadillas, you can make pretty much anything.
Crepes.
When they're hot like this, they're really good with just a little bit of butter on them. They're really yummy when they're hot and fresh. Another trick, if you're wanting it more of like a dessert, which this isn't, a nutrition class apparently, a little bit of butter and some cinnamon and sugar, and then roll them up, and you have tortillas. Come stick it right over here, sister. So we're gonna finish this and then show you the finished product in just a second.
So this is one of our finished products. It was so good, so we took a few bites out of it, and it was very good when it was warm.
Yeah, they're really good when they're fresh and warm like this. Like I said, just to eat them plain is so yummy. It's a treat. And we're gonna finish rolling these out, finish cooking them for our family tonight. I just wanna take a minute to thank you for joining us. We're so glad that you chose to take a little time to see what 4-H youth programming is all about. And like I said before, all over Clark County, we help kids learn more and do more with their head, heart, hands, and health. Until next time, bye-bye. I can't work under these circumstances. Come on. Is this the only co-host I could get? Come on, I need a professional.
I'm crying.
last take. Here we go.